Welcome, Jim at Cityscapes Lawn Care. Great to see you on the channel. You haven't seen this one in a while, so this is the lakefront home. St. Augustine, we cut it at 4 inches. Now I'm going to come in and out of this this video here. I don't want to just monopolize me talking all the time, so I want you to see it. And but there is a story on this one. It's actually kind of different. Now, do you guys have the Nextdoor app on your phone? Do you do business on that? I do. I get a lot of business from it. This is one of them. It's funny that this guy would advertise on the Nextdoor app. Now, I say that now because there actually is a different story here that I'll tell you a little bit later on in the video. But I got this from the Nextdoor app, and his advertisement was simply is somebody trust and reliable and can come as they or say that they're going to come. And that's always the biggest argument about customers, right? My lawn guy ghosted me. My lawn guy never shows up. My lawn guy every once in a while shows up when he wants it cut. And I'm always amazed at that. How would you as a customer tolerate that? I mean, you miss it one time, you're done. I'm not doing this. So, but anyway, it's amazing. I hear that story all the time. And of course, some guys will do extra things. When I say extra things, I mean it may be very well be something that the weed eat, the garden, not weed eat, but pull weeds and etc. So some guys will do that. Some guys are just simply a mow, blow, and go, right? So how do you guys do your business? Do you hand pull weeds? Do you use Roundup? A chemical of anything? Do you just weed eat the area? Let me know in the comments if you add that service. Now, I know certainly in my later years, I'm getting less and less of doing that. I've kind of got my route going, and simply as my customers are pretty stand pat that they know what they can expect from me. I am a scheduled service. So that means I'm going to show up on that day every single week, with the exception of, obviously, nature. Nature controls everything, so we can't do much on that. But outside of that, I'm there every single week, almost to the exact same time. Not always, but sometimes I have extra little jobs at the previous job or the next one over. Can I cut this little limb off? And, of course, we know storm debris, right? Sometimes that delays you picking up all the thousands of little sticks. I try to mulch everything I possibly can, but obviously if the sticks are much bigger, I'm going to have to hand pick those up. I don't charge extra for that. And that's not the customer's fault. That's the debris that's in my way from doing my job, so I pick those up and dispose of them accordingly. Now, as we get to the lake here, I'm going to do a couple of things for you, so we're not just a POV type form. And a cameras always take, when you put them on tripod, it takes a long time to do. But not every customer wants their house filmed. So do you guys ask permission? You need to. So let's make sure that we understand the legalities. You can record the front of anybody's house, anywhere your eyes can see in the public area. Backyard is not public. Unless you're asking permission to record the backyard, you're not allowed to do that. But that also brings up some other legalities. Now, I don't know your state and all the state rules, but if you have a body cam, which is the POV, there's a protection there for me in case somebody says, hey, I damaged their fence, or I cut wire to their air conditioner, or whatever they want to say. I can bring up the video and said, no, I didn't. So it's kind of a gray area back and forth, but just be careful out there, guys. So anyway, I got him off of the Nextdoor app, and he kind of interviewed me, and I interview them. I always ask, why did the other guy leave you, or you left him? And of course, they departed ways, and sometimes they'll tell you the truth, sometimes they don't say anything. He just never showed up. Now, that may be true. Sometimes it could have been a billing issue from the last guy. Hey, you didn't pay the guy, he's not going to show up, right? I've done that. You don't pay me, I'm not showing up, right? So, and so that's one of the things that he did. Now, I've had him for 3+ years now. And so, you know, it's interesting that this, again, the St. Augustine grass, he likes it at 4 inches. The difficulty is he waters it almost every single day. The ground is very soft, which now you can see on the tires, especially on the front, you know, the tire marks. Now, I try to go different directions all the time, but that's not always easy because there's limited space, especially in the front yard with that big planter. But you can see, I mean, there's grass growing there, but you can see the tire marks from one week to the next. It's still there. Well, not much I can do on that. I try to go and try to change things up, but this was actually done to the previous lawn guy. And so, anyway, I'm going to let you enjoy the views here, and I'm going to come back and tell you the story of why actually this last lawn guy left. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, do it right now. Hit the like button. Please. Alright guys, I'm back. So I'll tell you this story here. By the way, I'm using a battery trimmer, string trimmer. The Steel FSA 135R. Pretty quiet. It is heavy. Heavier than the gas counterpart. But not by much, but it is. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But so as I'm mowing here, and I've been, like I said, mowing for 3 years, I kept seeing a guy, another lawn guy, half a block down the road, and we wave, we do all that things, right? So I sat and talked to him, and we talked for a little while. He wanted to know how I sharpened my blades because he saw the shininess inside. He says, "How are you getting that done?" And of course, I'm showing him. But he asked me, "How you like this customer?" I said, "Yeah, he's okay. He hasn't. He pays all the time." And he says, "Well, we had a falling out. I used to mow this yard." I said, "Oh." I go, "What was the issue?" Well, he treated me pretty badly one time, and he spoke to me like, I'm lower than him, and he says, "I'm not going to have that." I said, "Well, what was the issue?" He says they thought I wasn't doing a proper job, and he wanted me to come here and cut a couple more times because of the leaves. He wanted to either rake them up or mulch them or whatever it was, and he says, "Well, no, I'll come. But you're going to have to pay for it," and he didn't like that. Well, I haven't had any interaction with the guy. I don't know what the deal was with those two guys. I don't know if the story's true or not. But it is interesting. Ever since then, I communicate with the guy. The guy seems, legit, good business, and he's got a sit-down mower, and it looked like it's actually a 42-inch, so a little bigger. But I have a 36, right? He had a sit-down Toro. And so I don't know if the issues were a little bit more than that, but evidently the guy didn't like the conversation, the guy, the way he was treating him. But like I said, I don't have any conversations at all with the customer. I text him the invoice, and he leaves the check out for me on the day that I arrive. Never missed a payment, never had a conversation other than the first interview. So it's strange how you can get one conversation from the customer and get another one from the other guy, so the long guy. It's just strange that happens. Now, the difficulty of this, you see this, I've got to trim that area. I'm trying to be as careful as I can not to blow grass into the waterways, right? You can't always avoid that, right? So I'm gearing down on my trimmer, and that's the good thing about this is actually a 3-speed, high, medium, and low trimmer settings based on the... And of course, it's got a throttle, so and I do it really slow, not to sling. And that's the advantage of a battery. You guys have gas; it's just a throttle, right? You can't always set the throttle, but see, I can lower my speed down in a really low RPMs, and then throttle that even further down too. And again, that helps with not throwing the debris everywhere. So you might, and some guys, hey, maybe you can't use battery because you have acres and acres of grass you got to mow. I get it. And no, a battery's not going to work for you. You're going to need a whole bunch of batteries for sure. You guys who do ditches all the time, I see a lot of ditch trimming. That's a lot of trimming, guys. No, a battery's not going to work for you. These bushes are always a pain. I can't see, even though I've got a straight edge, and but I can't see. You get up close to it, you just got to stick it in there and hope for the best, right? That's all you got. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. If I've given you any kind of value of this, Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Do you like these little pop-up bubbles and these stories that from time to time? You know, I try not to just talk about the whole video, but anyway, peace. Yeah. Okay, so what do we got? What do we have left? What's your guys' guess? 1 bar? It held strong. Ah. What do we have left? 1 bar. Oh, it's a blinky bar too. That means we're about to be out. I got a blinky bar. Okay,